dear friends, viewers and trolls who's gonna be blocked. Today is June 5th, 2020, and first I would like to thank people who donated. Thank you, Carolina from England. Thank you very much for your generous donation. It's still helping in the little things in life to make things easier. Of course, Gianni, grazie anche per la sua donazione di $200. Mi dispiace per la situazione e voglio dirti una cosa, che Ryan e io siamo stati amici. Io credo che lui è anche una brava persona, però un'altra cosa è, vediamo dopo una settimana, perché io non voglio vedere altre persone fregate così, e io non voglio avere un website al mio nome, website che non sotto il controllo mio, e così si succedono questi sbagli. Allora voglio ringraziarti per la tua cortesia. Vediamo. And also old friends and donors, of course, Serge from Dublin, and my big sister from Florida, beep 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 beep, the queen of chicken, and the of course Michael from Canada. So thank you guys for being there, and I'm gonna start quickly with 5 things which came into my mind repeatedly when I was meditating about a different world, you know. So in that different world, marijuana, ibogaine, psilocybin, the natural remedies for so many different things, from mental problems to like ibogaine drug addiction, and heroin addiction is cured by the ibogaine, and of course marijuana, which we know cures anything else, shitloads of cancer, infections, depression, etc. So all these things definitely in one normal, sane, and adult society should be encouraged. So of course legalized. What a stupid word in a non-oppressive system, you know. Second thing is, I strongly believe that everybody should be armed, and even to the point of mandatory carrying firearms on them, because it's a it's a telltale sign of a sovereign human being versus slave. Slave is forbidden to be armed because, of course, he's a threat to the master, while the free human beings should be not only in possession of firearms, but of course carrying them. Third thing is, I'm strongly against the killing of sentient beings. Let's start with the abortions, capital punishment, slaughterhouses where animals being tortured and killed. This is really not necessary, and this is, I think, that on its own is the biggest symptom of a collectively low consciousness we are at, and now we're wondering why shit is happening to us. Fourth thing is, there is a fourth and there is a fifth. Like, I think number four would be like reptiles to fuck off from this planet, like forever, never to return. And the fifth is that all psychopaths should be identified and clearly marked, because you can't run a society where a certain proportion of the society is human only by its outer form. And I think we should, I think you guys definitely know that these are the things. Even if we put reptiles and Illuminati aside, we are still stuck with our own psychopaths and narcissists. And I know it would be too harsh to say that the best for humanity would be if these people being excluded from the book of living, although I do think that, but because that's most probably sensitive topic for people who still don't understand them, then like clearly identified, so we know with whom we're dealing with, and never to be put in positions of power, because you know, a mobbing, a rape, massacres, toxicity, most of the problems are tracked to this group of people, which leads me to the following thing noticed so many years ago. You have reptiles, Illuminati, psychopaths in all classes and all races and all other cross, however, divide human race. And the thing is, when they do problems, they always get away with it, typically, unless it's designed to be noticed. And so you have a situation that psychopathic cops are killing people, and that psychopathic gang members are also killing people and getting away with that. And then you have people who've been hammered by the all-seeing eye of the political correctness, and these are the little people, mali ljudi, as we call. It's not pejorative phase here. It's just that's how we describe ourselves. The 90% plus. So of course everybody been talking about same thing past the week, and I was also watching what was happening in United States. It definitely looked like a major rehearsal before beginning of the race war and definitely martial law. And so this is what I noticed. So first of all, this is the moment where I would like to have editing possibilities, so I could like put different clips and different pictures, but you have to bear with me. So first thing first, that guy who killed that black guy was a crisis actor, spotted on so many places. Second thing is, everything, the whole build-up was very well done. The corona quarantine, people forced to stay inside, people going crazy. 40 million jobs in United States alone lost. Here about 50%, 60% of jobs, and I'm talking from Croatia. And this month, government benefits gonna stop for people. By the way, just one digression from the Schindler's List. When Jews in the ghetto get their paperwork according the essential jobs and non-essential jobs, and those with essential jobs go to the German industry, and those with non-essential jobs go to the concentration camps. And I was like, essential jobs? Paperworks? Wow, I've seen that before. So anyway, not that I'm really buying into 6 million thing, but things really did happen. So anyway, and then you have this, then you have peaceful demonstrators. Of course, people are marching, and you clearly have like the management part at the head. They are same as police officers in front of them. These guys are also lined in lines, and you see that only from the helicopter footage. I wish I have it from the New York to show you like what I spotted. And then from that leading management group of protesters, and they like stretch all over the bridge. I think it was Brooklyn Bridge, like huge sum of people. Then you have scouts which are going in different neighborhoods, and then when they see no police there, they do tags, they mark certain shops already pre-planned, and then a crowd moves in, and then people from the management group with the bars, big guys, they break windows and yo, give me my shit, and then it starts. Okay, and it's really well done because you use humans as a human shield. Peace, don't shoot, Black Lives Matter, right? So if they do something to you, they're racist. If they don't do anything, you just walk all over them, right? You know, excellent. You can't possibly miss that tactic. However you do, you are you're winner, moral winner. Something what happened yesterday. I was with football hooligans, and one guy came. Guy is always drunk. Whole neighborhood knows him. He's like a cool guy. What's his name? Huske, with a little spaniel. Spaniel. I don't know, guys. It's a little like a looks like a sausage, that dog, and it's aggressive, Frodo. And Frodo typically likes to come to me, and then when he's like let's say 5 inches from my leg, he starts to bark loudly, and he has a really loud voice. But this time he came to me and he tried to bite me, and I just pushed him with my leg. And Huske started to complain, and two guys who hate me. And I say, well, it's a great tactic. If dog bites me, I'm a pussy, right? So he has a right to bite me. And if I stand for my physical safety and push dog away, then I'm a bastard Nazi oppressor, right? It's a win-win. And the guys who are against you, they gang up, and you see immediately, što si udario psa, alo, kuš, šta je jebote, kuš, and then you have, yeah, so you see that on that example as well, how it works. And of course, it's not about the statistics. We all know that statistically speaking, the black crime statistics are like 6% of black males age 14 till 35 does like more than 50% murders in states and violent assaults and stuff like that. But that's not the point, because there is actually a deeper story behind all that. And um, and what I noticed is, you know how it goes in dynamics of conflict. You have like two wills. Let's say that we are in conflict, your will and my will. What that means? Okay, I'll just oversimplify something. You want my shit, and I don't want to give you my shit. And at a certain point, we're gonna have a conflict. So they've been like burning shops for some time, for some, I think, number of days, 4 or 5 days. And then after like 48 towns where riots happened in all 30 major cities, and after hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of burning buildings and shops, whites suddenly start to gang up. And I see footage, and I wish I could like edit it now, in one white town, white people typically wearing AR-15 on them. Some didn't even put the magazines, and by the way how people carry them, that's exactly how I would carry it, clueless in most of the cases. You see that, you understand me? And rifle, dingling down. That's okay. Um, and now, okay, so this is now where things escalated to that part. Now you have community against community. Of course, it's gonna be stopped before that, and then you have what's gonna be the next thing. Oh, we must disarm everybody because we can't have so many angry people armed, right? And then it's gonna be the next thing, and of course you're gonna have people who gonna complain over that and struggle, and then of course you're gonna have the heavy hand of military. And I'm just gonna finish with this digression. When people say there is more of us than it's of them. That's so good, I love it. I always have this memory from a monastery, Vatpa Kanchana Pisek. I was staying in a very beautiful kuti for like 2 or 3 months. It was ex abbot's house, and it had a small moat for a water, right? So insects can't creep in. And I was maintaining that moat. And one day I was standing in front of the house on a porch, and I sensed the danger is coming from forest, and I couldn't see anything. And I was listening, and then I couldn't see and hear anything, but danger, danger. And I came to the moat, and I noticed huge line of ants, and now piling up on that moat, one up above other. It was like a bulb, like that wide and that thick. It's just insane. And they almost reached the house, the moat, and then they would, of course, settle in as as immigrants in Europe, which are coming from Afghanistan and Pakistan and India and Bangladesh and Syria, very few, but Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, Turkey, Iran, you know, and I immediately went and grabbed my bygone, buy and gone insecticide, which is of course forbidden to use it in a monastery. But hush, 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 we all live in the same tropic environment, and I went there and spray him the head first, and then continue all the way to the forest, next 5, 6, 7 meters, and it was very, very long column, and then back, and then I covered my mouth, waited, and I won. I won. There have been more of them than of me. You understand me? But I won. See, that's exactly how they can win. You know, um, on so many levels. Okay, I'll point obviously the bygone, the superior power, firepower. It's really important in a conflict. Bombe, boom, boom, children crying, mama die, or opposite. That counts for something. And the second thing is the superior intelligence as well. So in what kind of fucking conflict can you win when they're actually leading you all the time? I mean, come on. So, you know, and you who've been watching me, you know my way of thinking, and you know about the global pulse management, which now brings me back to that. This is absolutely the only solution I can think of, because people who are ready to see that as an option are people already who see through the manipulation, who's leading them, how the riot is organized, how the whole rationale behind the riot is organized. And when you listen to these people when they talk, These are like typically, one verb sentences. Mama, mama go shop, mama buy egg, mama no happy. Hooga booga, fuck you, give me your shit. Hooga booga, people no happy, oppression, no justice, no peace. It's like slogans, simple sentences, easy to lead them, like tick, to touch them for noses and nya 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 nya. Now throw a Molotov cocktail. What's gonna happen? You're gonna take some shit, and it's gonna be like that every day of your life. All you need to do is gang up with your friends. No KKK, no fascist USA, fuck Trump, la la la. Break the window. Hey Gucci, hey Armani, Adidas. All these beautiful things, and it's gonna be like that. Paradise forever. Well, yeah. I, that's what's gonna happen with this kind of attitude, guys. There is no way out apart from this one, because once you see this, you're on completely different level, and this part of the game simply can't touch you, because there is no fucking way you're gonna ever participate into demonstrations, into especially violent demonstrations. And um, and I mean, I totally understand, uh, will to resist, will to fight. If I were shop owner, I would most probably be barricaded on an upper floor with the AR-15 and maybe some plastic balloons of water, as a first method of deterrence. To, and then after that, let's see what's gonna happen after that. But you know, I'll just finish with this thing. Yes, global pulse management is possible. Yes, we could actually push that thing away from the human realm, that entity which is choking us, which is working through the demons, reptiles, Illuminati people. They're a very long story, but psychopaths are around us, and these people automatically click with this energy. And the normies are just like neo fucking psychopaths. They immediately click to the bigger power where is a conflict, and they just join in with the biggest firepower. So you know these are the people we're dealing with. Okay, you know we are in pretty shitty place. We are in one corner of hell right now. This realm always was a hell, and this hellish demonic face now starts to unveil itself. This is already, in my understanding, already now entering the second phase of the new world order. First phase was corona. Second phase gonna be more severe police presence, forced vaccinations. And by the way, of course I was not talking about my neighborhood. Increased police activity. More and more occasions police came, check out the guys. They didn't do a razzia when they pick up everybody in paddy wagons. So, but they've been coming to their homes. They've been questioning them about some thefts and stuff like that, and of course started to chase these kids. Of course, let's be honest. Those kids are not always pleasant. They make noise during the night, and they litter and stuff like that. But they also start to chase them more aggressively. So you see, like, even in a quiet neighborhood like this one, or quiet, increase activity. And I'm just gonna finish with one more thing, with the strange murders of French citizens, two in the neighborhood on this side, and one girl a few years ago. We don't really have murders, guys. Definitely not of tourists, and French are as a tourist group here next to negligent. You understand me? Next to negligent. Germans, Italians, Austrians, Germans, Italians, Slovenes, and then Eastern Europeans like Hungarians, Czechs, Slovaks. That's what it is. So my assumption is that somebody who is fluent in French language is posing as their countryman, getting their trust, and then using that trust against them. And another thing which also police connected, those murders happen on a route of a migrant entrance from Bosnia to European community. We are in European community, but Schengen border is with Slovenia. So most probably some French Arabs are operating in this area, and I've seen more and more people of color in the area. So I would say it's connected to that, you know. So if you're French and if you're in Croatia and if somebody speaks fluent language, don't trust that person. Okay. Thank you guys, and bye bye.